So do you want us to stay here or do you want us to move somewhere else?
No, we can stay here.
Yeah.
I'm
Cool.
okay with
In this world? Nice.
Yes, I'm okay with that. It's so many people. I'm freaking out a little bit, but I think I can do it.
It's fine.
Yeah, but when
You can do it.
You'll be fine.
You're
Yeah,
Okay, I
and
just
I
wanna.
just
trusting you.
yeah, everyone, please be quiet when he's talking. All right, like totally quiet. If you want to talk, please go further away so we can't hear you, and that means pretty far away. Okay.
Also, if you have questions, you can ask me after my talk. Anything.
Oh, yeah.
So I also want to warn. I just want to say to Linus and Loki, there are some points that are a bit dark. If you don't, if I'm getting too dark, tell me, please warn me, okay? And I will simmer down a bit. Okay.
Absolutely.
I don't wanna ruin everything.
No,
Do you think it'll be streamed?
it should be fine. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna talk about something very, very bad, and if someone is sensitive, you can just give a warning when you're gonna start, and if someone doesn't want to hear, you can go away. All right, very nice.
Yep.
Okay. So, am I allowed to start?
Yes, please.
Yes, you're allowed to start.
Okay.
Yep.
So, hi everyone. Let me just introduce myself. I am Matik Wolf, and I've been in the last 2 meetings, right? I think I've been here before. I met some
Yes, you have.
people here before. I know some people here before, and yeah, I am from Sweden. I was born in a place called Huddinge sjukhus, which is a place in the capital city of Sweden, Huddinge. And I was born in 2002, so I am 18 right now. Or I'm about to be 19 soon. So, yes, well, well, about me, everything starts when I was born, of course. And when I was little, I lived in a place called Tumba, which is a which was at the time a little place. Uh, and then I moved into a place called Alby. And there happened a lot of things in my childhood. One of those things was experiencing, how you call it, the orten, the ghetto life, I guess. And it was very, very scary, um, very interesting experience, I have to say, because when I lived in the in the orten when I was young, there were a lot of people doing bad things in my area. A lot of gang wars, a lot of drug dealing, just in a lot of bad people in general I met. So it was very dangerous for me to go alone outside. My father would pretty much follow me everywhere. He would have an eye on me all the time because there were people in that time that were kidnapping children. And I was very young, so I was a very easy target. I was lucky because my dad is a military man. So he is very fast and he knows exactly pretty much what to do if someone tries to hurt me or him. And yeah, it was I got very scared when I was alone outside and I met very scary people. I was also offered drugs in the place I lived before. And it wasn't really that good of a childhood, I would say, because I was bullied most of the time when I was in kindergarten and very young, because I was different. In that way, I was kind of my parents are from Latin America, both of them. They are from a country called Chile, and Chile is a country in Latin America where you speak Spanish. So pretty much when I was very young, all I knew was Spanish and a little bit of Swedish. So I got bullied because I couldn't speak that well, and because my parents came from a different place, and that really affected me really badly because when I was growing up, I started to act and be like the persons that would bully me. I was really bad. I did mean stuff to people. I said mean stuff to people as I grew up into a teenager. And then after kindergarten, I went into a school called Alby Botkyrka Friskolan, and that place was very bad. Really bad. There was a lot of problems. There was too many kids. There was bad teachers, kids doing very, very bad stuff, and I would say like drugs. Also, I mean, drugs and just graffiti and just slander everything, break everything in general, and not listening to anyone. And I was also very bullied there because the people I was in kindergarten with knew me from there, so they would continue bullying me in the school there. And I have a little brother. His name is Elias, and he is 1 year younger than me. So I had to kind of protect him all the time from people like that, and I was also very mean against him. I mean, I remember a very special instance in my home in Albi where my little brother, we had a toy, a clown toy, like a moving little animatronic clown, and my brother was terrified against that toy. He hated that toy. He would scream every time it would move. And what I mean, and what I did was I locked him up in a room with that toy on. So you can imagine how mean I was in that time. But I still loved my brother, and I protected him from other people that was mean against me and him. And unfortunately, my brother had a problem with his kidney. His other kidney wasn't really working, so they had to give him a kind of like a bag to pee on, so he couldn't pee properly, and he was very vulnerable. And when I was in this school, there was a specific kid that I won't tell the name of, but this kid would bully me and my brother all the time, every time we were there pretty much. And he saw that my brother had this bag, and he made me do really mean stuff and just bad stuff in general. If I didn't listen, he would pull that bag off my brother, and that would kill him. So I just pretty much did everything he did, and at one point, my brother started a fight with him, and he ran away. I wasn't there when the fight started, so he ran away to me and asked for my help to protect him because the guy was gonna pull his bag. And in myself, like in my mind, I kind of went crazy, and to the point where I went into the school. I picked up how you call it, I forgot the word for it. It's what you use when the rain comes down and you use it to protect yourself.
Umbrella?
Umbrella.
Umbrella?
Umbrella, that's it.
Yeah, umbrella.
So I used an umbrella and I hit him really hard. I knocked him out. He was unconscious and the handle broke. So the umbrella was like in two pieces. And in that, like, I just went crazy. I went against anyone who ever came near me. I was in a very, very weird state, and I protected my brother, and after that, I don't remember anything more because I think we changed school after that. So after that, after a few more years, we moved into a place more calm, better, called Tullinge, and my mother and my father, uh, they weren't really, how you call it, in a very good relationship, so to speak. They would fight all the time. My mom would drink and just abuse me and my little brother. And every time my brother did something bad, I kind of took his place because I didn't want him to get hurt. So yeah, and because I think one of the main reasons to why I became so bad as well is because I learned from my mother, from my parents. and my mother just would do everything to kind of make me feel bad and my brother, and that made me bad towards others. I took that energy from her to others. So I did many bad stuff. I hit people, I screamed at people, I did very mean stuff in my other school. And I moved school, by the way. I moved school to Tullinge Falkbergsskolan, and it was really bad the first year. My parents would fight all the time. My mother would drink all the time and just abuse me and my brother. And I was trying all the time to kind of hide her, the smell you get, like the smell of alcohol. So she wouldn't fight with my dad because I hated when they fought and I just didn't want them end up just fighting each other anymore. I was tired of that and I was just stressed pretty much all the time. I couldn't relax. I couldn't do anything I liked because I was just worried about me, my brother, and my mother, and my father, of course. And in the end, my mother tried to kill herself in the sense that she threatened my dad. So what happened was that one day from school, I came home with my brother, and before I went home with my brother, my father called me and said that I should go in with my brothers so nothing crazy happens. So we did that. I went in, and my mother was there drinking, being drunk, just being in a bad mood in general. And my brother, he lashed out, kind of he got really mad. He said that you're ruining our life, you're making it worse for us, you're just a disgrace to the family, pretty much. And
No, that's the broken
in
one.
that point, she
I think
she
that
also
Aunt Lisa
snapped.
gave me
She
that number
started to
work.
hit my brother,
I
and I
set
had
it
to
up.
stop her. And
I
I said to my
forget
brother,
where
"Pack
everything
your
else went
things,
for
pack
it.
everything you need, and get out, because we can't be here anymore." It's just like I couldn't look at her, and my brother couldn't either. So I took everything I could. We took a football, our bikes, and went up in a mountain to play football and relax there, just trying to forget everything. And after an hour or so, I hear my dad calling, and I answer the phone, and he tells me that my mother is trying to kill herself. And me and my brother, I instantly start to panic. I go crazy, and I tell my brother, we have to go now. We have to go, and like vi måste kuta. That's what I said pretty much, which means we have to run in English. So we went down to our home together with our dad, and I remember that the first thing I did was I stormed into the house. I don't even think I took my shoes off. I went into the kitchen and looked at what she took because I knew that she had some pills. So I looked at what she took, and in the can you can see like the amount of pills inside, and there were over 60 pills, and almost all of them were gone. So I went to my mother as well, and she was just like she was not there, like she was in a coma, pretty much. She could barely speak. She could barely like she was aware, but she couldn't like speak or do anything. Like she would look at us, and we wouldn't know what to do. And in that point, my dad just kind of gave up, and we called like, and I told them call the ambulance, call the cops now, because she's going to die if she doesn't get medical care now. And yeah, so we called the ambulance. She got help. She survived, thank God. Um, and in that point, I couldn't like be in Tullinge. I couldn't be there at home because I hated that place. I hated home. I couldn't be there. So me and my brother and my dad, we talked to each other. We went to the police department. We explained everything, our situation. And then when we went back home after questioning, um, we decided to be in another place for a while. So we went to our grandma, and she was kind enough to let us be there for a while and just try to make sense of the situation and relax pretty much. And I think that's one of the toughest periods in my life because I was so I couldn't relax. I didn't have good appetite or anything. I couldn't even sleep in some nights because I was so worried about my mom, and I was just sad over the whole situation, and I kind of blamed myself for not doing better. I tried to kind of the I always asked myself why I didn't do things better, and that it's my fault that she got into the state she was, uh, and that I disappointed my brother and my father because of what happened. And after 2 months, we started to talk with the police again, and they offered us free psychological help for me and my brother, uh, and my father accepted it, and I also accepted it because I didn't know what to do, and I didn't want to get worse. So yeah, I got some help, and my brother did as well. We talked to psychiatry for I think 2 years or so, and this was like when I was 13, so about 5 years ago. Um, and everything went well, and I started to be better as a person. I started to learn from my mistakes and from my mother's and father's mistakes as well, and I decided that I wouldn't drink that much. In some cases, not drink at all, and just try to be a better person overall, and just say sorry to everyone that I hurt to. And I did that, and nobody kind of accepted my apology. No one really, no one wanted to believe that I became better, and I don't blame them because the things I did, some of the things I did were pretty much unforgivable, and I understand why they would be still mad at me. But in that sense, I kind of, even today, I kind of regret doing the things I did. Um, and I wish I could have like said to myself in that time period to not be the way I was, to be better, and that to never give up and just try to make things better. Uh, so yeah, in that time period, I got help, I got better, and in the end of how you call it, middle school in Sweden, English, uh, I everything got better. So then, then I was looking towards like different studies and what I wanted to be, and because it wasn't so well for me, I couldn't really get really good grades, and my wish was to become like a veterinary because I love animals in general. I love taking care of dogs, taking care of cats, anything that moves pretty much. Snakes, reptiles scare me though. They scare me, but I still love them because they're cool. But yeah, I was looking into what to study and stuff like that, and my student assistant helped me very much and tried to explain to me how I could be like how I could get better grades and stuff like that, even if it feels like it's too late. And in the end, I got good enough grades to go into a very good high school that teaches you about animal health care. And this high school is called, actually, I don't think I'm allowed to call it anything. Sorry, I can't say what it's called, but I can tell you that it's really good and they've been really nice to me. And so, yeah, right now I am studying to be animal health care. My how you call it, studenten? How you call that in English? Excuse me, I'm sorry if I'm not good in
Student.
English.
Same.
Yes, student. Yeah, I think it's the same, right? Yeah, is this year, so I will go
Yeah.
out this year and start to work, and I'm really looking forward to it. But I just also want to say that last year was really bad, really, really bad for me, because I was pretty much alone. I had no friends from the last school. I couldn't talk to anyone. I was socially awkward just in general. I didn't know how to have conversations or just how to continue them in general. And all the friends I had before left me and they don't talk to me anymore. So I didn't know what to do. I was very alone and I couldn't in any way try to get more. I couldn't get more friends because I was scared of how they would react to me talking, and I was just scared of talking in general to new people. So it was hard to me to get friends, and I also had a love interest in my high school, and I tried to ask her out last year, and it didn't go well, sadly. And I don't blame her for saying no. You can always say no, and but that still kind of hurt me. It hurt my heart really bad because I really had feelings for her, and it became after that it just became really hard for me to generate feelings for other people. I was just afraid of going through that again, like being hurt and being said no to. No, and once again, I just want to say that uh, that I don't blame her for saying no, um, because you are allowed to say no, and if you don't like someone and they want to ask you out and you don't want to go out with them, obviously you say no. You don't lie to them and tell them yes. And yeah, so I became very bad. I started to get a lot of bad memories back. I started to blame myself more for being the way I was. Uh, and in that time period, we had a conflict in our family between my father and my brother. And I didn't want to tell my father how I felt or my mother because I didn't want to lay more weight on them because they were already dealing so much with my brother and stuff like that. So I didn't want to kind of tell them how I felt. Uh, and obviously that was a big mistake because it became worse and really bad to the point where I was about to hurt myself. Uh, and I would just pretty much think of that all the time. And it got to a point where I was on the brink and I was just like, I was really, really bad. And that was in the end of last year, I think September, November. And I kind of, and I remember the day when I pretty much broke out and my father and my brother was fighting and I couldn't take it anymore. I was just like, I was just tired of them fighting. So I went to my aunt into her place and I pretty much expressed everything and all I felt inside to her. And she was kind enough to help me to get help. So I got help pretty much at the last minute. I just have to say that if it wasn't thanks to her, I wouldn't be here today. Uh, and I'm really happy that she helped me out because I feel better now. I've gotten help. I feel better now. I've gotten really good compared to the last year, and I don't feel so bad as I did last time or last year. And I'm really kind of, I guess I'm in a very high energy now because I can kind of confess uh, all and everything I felt to everyone in my family without them being mad or at me or anything. And yeah, so it's been very rough, but but it's been better. That's what I have to say. I also want to say that I know a lot of people don't like it, but I also confess that I was bi and a furry because I love the furry fandom, and also like guys and girls. I like both, and a lot of my friends accepted that really well. Most of them, not all of them, but I am generally just happy that most of them at least could see through that and be like, I don't care, it's fine if you are. And I'm really happy that they don't care and that they treat me the same, even if I weren't that. So yeah, right now
Okay.
I'm planning my future. I'm looking forward to what comes next because I'm saving up money for a VR set. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm trying to find work to gain money.
Yay!
I'm yeah, yay! I'm trying to find work
I can't
to
wait.
get the money for
Yay!
it. I can't either. So I'm trying to get the VR set. I'm trying to get a job, and I'm really looking forward to working with what I love because I love taking care of animals. I love seeing a smile in the patient's eye when I take care of their animals and they're happy. It really warms my heart, and I really want to continue working with that in the future. So yeah, my plans right now is to get a job, to get my own place to live on. Or no, first to get a job, then get the index, and then get a place to live on, and just enjoy my life and try to get better and at what I'm already good at. So yeah, that is my story. And oh, I forgot to say, I'm so sorry that in the end my father and my mother separated, and she flew to Chile. She's not here in Sweden anymore. So she's in Chile right now, and my dad is here with me with my stepmom. Um, and my stepmom is really kind and really nice to me, and I adore her for being so nice to me. And I really respect her as well for being nice to my father. And my father is also gotten better. He gotten a bit more help, and I am spending more time with him now. I mean, I was looking at The Mandalorian just a month or so with him, and it was really fun. So yeah, that's the end of my story.
I wish you good
I
luck
hope
with your wife and everything.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Very nice.
I just want to say as a last thing that if you feel bad and sometimes you might not think that you need help, but seek help, do it, because you won't regret it in the end. You will be happy that you're still alive. Like me.
True words. Talk to somebody.
Talk to
If-
somebody,
Yeah.
If you
anybody.
feel bad, talk to somebody.
Any questions?